Skirt, skirt. Told you we always been ready. I don't need people that's petty, that weigh on me heavy while I'm being steady. I need a record with Felly. We get it bouncing like Betty's. I feel like I'm Nelly. Don't bring the beef like a deli. It's leave on a levy. No sleeping on me like I'm Freddy. Chris Breeze, how I do. Hit him with the moves. Left hand step back, ballin' like I'm Coos. All faith, God's plan. You just gotta choose. Got slaps, nothing left to prove. Y'all gotta leave me alone. Lately I've been in my zone. Told them no cap like I fitted, but lately the flows have been straight off the dome. I feel like I'm MVP, like my name Patty Mahomes. If it ain't about money, don't hit up my phone, cause lately I've been in my zone.
Hello, welcome to the Cowboy Show, hosted by Ben Carey and Nick Gronerad, combining expert human opinions with cutting-edge simulation models to help you arrive at the best picks each week. Inside Edge Community. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's stream. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. We have 15 baseball games today, starting in the early afternoon, continuing all throughout the day. W intro says sick money, and it's going to be a W day for baseball. It's not every day. I got to be honest that I wake up feeling good about the MLB slate, but today I'm feeling pretty damn good. Woke up excited to watch some ball. Woke up excited to play some bets. I had a good day yesterday. 4-1 on the stream. Missed the walk-off. I think the walk-offs actually reversed yesterday, which is kind of crazy. But overall, it was still yet another profitable day overall on the stream. So loving that. Hope everyone is having a good day. Hope everyone's Saturday morning is going as well as mine is. What's up, Larry? Says, I need to start checking to see who votes and who doesn't. That sounds illegal. I said it in the chat. Typed it out earlier. It's like when the mafia is trying to rig some votes. That's what it makes me feel like. Like, step one is you're just gonna check and see who voted. Step two is you're gonna like try and start influencing votes. Try and pay people off to vote a certain way. You're just gonna make the chat poll the scrunch poll. What's up, Danny? Hope you're having a good day. What's up, B-Germ? What's up, Daddy Vaughn? Devil emoji. First time chat. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for checking it out. What's up, M Crane? Let's have a good day and win some coins. Could not agree more. What's up, Picks from the 6? What's up, Scotty? Said got waxed yesterday. Happens to the best of us. Happens to everyone. It's MLB's a fucking grind. It's gonna be it's a long season. It's okay to get waxed every now and then. You just gotta bounce back in the right way. What's up, Yo Medicate? What's up, Ryan? And what is up, Bank Pumpernickel? Yeah, Tampa yesterday. That was interesting. That was quite the game. I was expecting Pittsburgh to have a good game. I was actually, so we talked about that game on stream yesterday. I was expecting Pittsburgh to have a pretty good game. I was actually close to firing up a Pittsburgh plus 1.5, as opposed to the under that I fired up. The under ended up hitting, at least at the number I had it on stream. Ended up hitting, but yeah, Pirates with the young guns in the lineup. Such a weird team right now. Such a fun team though, right? I mean, how can you not enjoy watching O'Neal Cruz? 6'7" shortstop, all the power in the world. Dude is an animal. He really is. I think the Pirates are going to be a fun team to keep an eye on, to keep track of over the next couple of weeks. What's up, Pick 6? Hope you're having a great morning. So let's go ahead and start hopping into some baseball games. So we got 5 categories of games that we're going to talk about today. You can see those categories on the left-hand side of the screen. For each of the first 4 categories, I've picked out a game that fits into that category. It is 4 games that are interesting for 4 different reasons. Not necessarily my favorite bets of the day in these games, just 4 of the more interesting games overall. Going to spark some discussion around the slate. For each of these games, I have a lean in that game. I'll have money on some of them, but not all of them. And for each of these games, you guys, as the chat, will be able to vote on a poll, and Scrunch will be attempting his best to make sure everybody votes. My lean and your lean will both be tracked over on BetStamp since May 4th. We've had an account set up for the stream, tracking every single lean, whether it's my lean, whether it's the chat poll lean, whether it's Ben's lean, whether it's whoever else is on the stream's lean. Shout out BetStamp for both being a great line shopping app, great tracking app, being good people. We've been talking with BetStamp about continuing to do more content stuff. Nothing to announce yet, but there's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming up down the road. So again, big shout out to BetStamp. The last category of the day is the walk-off. This is actual favorite bets of the day. I've got a sneaky one picked out, not a first 5 team total, like I've been on a bit of a kick with, but still a bet that I like, not one that I would expect to be on a whole lot of people's radar. So it's gonna be pretty good. And chat, you guys, like always, will be able to vote on your favorite play of the day as well. What's up, Joel? What's up, Marty? And what's up, Jay Chalk? It says Jays better be in one of these categories. Hate to break it to you, but the Jays are not in any of the categories. Although that is a good game with Corbin Burns and Yusei Kikuchi. Kikuchi's always a bit of a wild card. Corbin Burns always a good card. Love watching some Corbin Burns. I think one of the most exciting pitchers in baseball to just watch pitch. If you don't like pitching, go catch Corbin Burns start today. So let's hop right in with category number 1.
David versus Goliath.
Average Joe's versus the Globo Gym Goliath. This sport doesn't build character, it reveals it.
F&A, Cotton, F&A.
All right, so category number 1 is David versus Goliath. So we're taking a look at a game where one of the teams is a heavy moneyline favorite. And we're looking today at the San Francisco Giants at home against the Cincinnati Reds. Giants sitting at minus 245-ish on the money line. Again, it's going to vary a little bit depending on the book. Total sitting at 7.5. So we talked about this game yesterday on the field streakers category with the Reds on a 7-game losing streak. And the Reds came out and won that game. They ended their losing streak. They got to Alex Cobb like we thought that they would. Got a good pitching performance from Ashcraft yesterday. He went 8 innings, struck out 8. So the Reds got themselves on the board. This game, I don't know if it's going to be the same for the Reds today like it was yesterday. They are heating up. They've won 1 in a row. That is huge for them. I mean, honestly, if I was the Reds and I've won 1 game in a row, that might be like the longest winning streak they have all year. No, not really. The Reds are decent. The Reds are a confusing team. Bats are good. Arms, they really just go up and down as their arms go up and down. So when you have a guy like Green or a guy like Ashcraft who pitches a gem, the Reds are a good value play when they're in that like plus 200 range. But today, with Mike Minor on the mound and Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants, I don't know that I can really trust the Reds to win this game. Mike Minor has made 4 starts this year since coming off the injured list. He started out the year, missed the first 2 months of the season. He's been pretty bad. He's made 4 starts. He's given up anywhere from 3 to 5 runs in each of those starts. Not really striking a lot of guys out, walking a lot of guys, as Mike Minor kind of has a tendency to do, giving up a lot of hard contact. He's given up 7 home runs in 20 innings, at least 1 dinger in every single start that he's made this year. So fade Mike Minor is our motto. Like Scrunch just said, yeah, you've got to be at least in some way, shape, or form on the fade Mike Minor train today. So then the question for me is how to best fade Mike Minor. So you could take a Giants money line at like minus 250. I don't think that's a good value play. I don't think anybody would think that that's a good value play. You could take a Giants run line. I don't like home team run lines. You could look at a Giants team total. And let me go actually check over on BetStamp, see where that number is at. So Giants team totals, first 5 team total is sitting at 2.5 at minus 110-ish. Full game team total for the Giants is at 4.5, also at like minus 110-ish. I don't hate that Giants first 5 team total over. But what I like a little bit more, actually, is just the regular old first 5 over. And that's because the Reds have been hitting the ball pretty well. So the first 5 number in this game is sitting at 4.5 plus 120 for the over on Barstool. And that's what I'm going to lock in for myself. So we get to kind of both, if Mike Minor just gets destroyed, this is going to hit. But I think that the Reds are good for a couple runs against Alex Wood as well. Or Logan Webb, not Alex Wood. They've been scoring. They put up what, like 3 or 4 on Cobb yesterday. And the other thing that kind of concerns me, and the reason why I'm going with just the regular first 5 over as opposed to the Giants team total, is the fact that Minor is a lefty. And the Giants are a team that when they bring out their best lineup, it is a lot of left-handed bats. So they're either going to have a lot of righties in the lineup, or they're going to have bad platoon splits against Minor. I think they're still going to get to Minor. I think that they hit Minor for 3. For sure. So I do like that first 5 team total over as well. But I trust the Reds bats to put up a couple against Webb, and we get some insurance for Minor having a weird, fluky, good game. So that's where I'm gonna go. Poll results from the chat. We got a tie. So we're gonna rerun the poll for 1 minute. With the top 2 options. The Reds run line and the Giants run line were tied. So going to run this for 1 minute. Be sure to vote. Break the tie. If it's a regular, if it's like a tie between a run line and a team total or whatever, we can take or a tie between a run line and an over or an under, can turn that into a team total. But with 2 run lines being complete fades of each other tied, just gotta run the tiebreaker. So be sure to vote. Let me know what you like here. While you're doing that, I'm gonna lock in my over 4.5 at plus 120. And Bjorn asked, got over 4 at minus 120. I like that also. I think I'm gonna play for the win at 5, regardless. Not kind of hedge for the push. And get plus 120 for that. That's where I'd rather go. I think you can get a 4 even at like minus 115, minus 110ish. I think depending on the book. But I like both of those. Also, Pick 6 literally Walmart Wi-Fi right now. Try to check out. I was worried for a second. I saw that comment and I was like, oh god, am I Walmarting? But thankfully, I am not Walmarting. I shouldn't be Walmarting. I have got proper fiber, hardwired, gig up, gig down, strong computer. If I'm ever Walmarting, let me know. But something weird is going on. So tiebreaker poll, almost tied again. That would have been something, but it is going to be the Giants minus 1.5 that ekes out a win. Over the Reds plus 1.5. So once again, my lean in this game, and I think this is something I'm actually going to have some money on, is the first 5 over 4.5 at plus 120. And again, if you have that at 4 in the minus 120 range, I like that as well. And the play for the chat is going to be a Giants minus 1.5 at minus 115. Naughty says, thank you for the Reds play yesterday, my man. No problem. Yeah, I'm assuming you saw that on the surgical stream. I said it in here as my lean in the Reds Giants game yesterday. Although as lines moved between this stream and the surgical stream, I think that had turned into my favorite play of the day, as opposed to the Cardinals money line, which did not hit, which was my favorite play of the day on this stream yesterday. But yeah. That was a banger. Love me some first 5 team totals. And thanks for checking out the stream over here. Appreciate it very much. All right. Let's go ahead now and hop in to category number 2.
Batting practice.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
So category number 2 is batting practice, taking a look at a game with a high total. And the game that we're looking at today is the game between the Oakland Athletics and the Kansas City Royals. A bit of a dumpster fire matchup, if I could say so myself. The A's, I think, might be the worst team in all of baseball right now. I think them and the Tigers are in contention for that, but the A's bats have been so bad. They have been terrible. They are ice cold. And despite that, the total in this game is 9.5. So, poll is up. Be sure to go vote. We're looking at about a minus 170 on the money line for the Royals. Run lines, you actually are looking at a plus 120 for the Royals, minus 1.5, minus 140 on the A's, plus 1.5. Again, over sitting at 9. And the reason that this number, despite at least one terrible offense, the Royals bats have actually been pretty hot. But the A's bats, like I said, have not been hot at all. Is the pitching matchup that we have in this game. So you got Brad Keller on the bump for the Royals at home. He's coming off a great start against Oakland. Actually, the two pitchers in this game started against each other. Or no, they didn't start against each other, but they started their last starts against the same teams that they're playing today. Keller won on the 18th against Oakland, went 7 shutout innings, struck out 6, picked up a win in that game. Jared Koenig on the mound for the A's started the next day on the 19th against Kansas City, and he went 5.2 shutout innings. But one of these guys is one of my least favorite pitchers in all of baseball right now. Kind of irrationally so, because he's only made 3 big league starts. But Jared Koenig is bad. He is really, really, really bad. So what I'm going to be betting on in this game is a big bounce-back performance by the Royals bats against Koenig. So like I said, Koenig went 5.2 innings, only gave up 2 hits, didn't give up a run in his last start, which was against Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to clobber him today. He is going to get absolutely demolished. And the reason why I think that is because Koenig is a guy who just pitches to contact. He can't strike anybody out. He, in fact, had literally 0 strikeouts in that last start against Kansas City. So what that means is he recorded, if he went 5.2 innings, he recorded 17 outs. There were 17 balls hit into the field of play. Only 2 of them were hits. I don't care how good of a ground ball pitcher you are, which, by the way, Koenig is not. You're not going to be able to sustain success like that at inducing outs on balls in play. Nobody can do that. In his first 2 starts, Koenig started at Atlanta. Tough team. Went 4 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, only struck out 3 batters. Against Boston in his second start, went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 earned, struck out 3 batters. So again, I think that Kansas City, having seen him already, and making a lot of contact, again, literally not striking out at all the first time that they saw him. Kansas City, I think, is gonna be more familiar with the stuff. They're gonna get good contact on the ball. I'm taking a Royals first 5 team total over 2.5 against Jared Koenig in this game. And this is a play that I really, really, really like. This was like walk-off contention. I'm just going to mix it up. I don't want to put all of my eggs into the same basket, so I'm going to have a different play for my walk-off that's not from one of the other games. But this play was really right there for being the walk-off play. So let me go find the exact odds for this right now and lock it in. So we're looking at like a minus 130 over 2.5 first 5 for the Royals. And it looks like chat likes the Royals as well. So the Royals run line is going to be the winner of the poll with 7 votes, 4 votes on the under 9.5, which I also like, mostly because I think Keller's going to have a decent start. I don't think that the A's are going to do a whole lot. And then 1 vote apiece on the over and on the A's run line. So getting graphics set up here. So Kansas City first 5. Team total over 2.5 at -130 for me, and a Royals -1.5 plus money, I believe. Yeah, plus 115, plus 120, depending on the book, for the chat. Love it. Love it. And Marty says, will proudly say that I was the only vote on the A's plus 1.5. You know, that might not be the worst thing. Chat's been a little cold. Chat, I think you were 1-4 yesterday. So maybe fading chat is the move right now. Maybe fading chat is the move. Although I don't want to fade chat. I like chat. I like you guys. Just gotta click the right buttons on your screen. That's all. That's like Crab says. That's all betting is. You just gotta click the right buttons. Particle says Royals first 5 over 2.5 is -115 on DraftKings. That's perfect. Love it. So with BetStamp, I think that they have an incomplete market for first 5 totals right now. The Pinnacle is the only book that they consistently have first 5 numbers that I can track. So yeah, DraftKings is the place I will check for odds when I'm not on stream and don't have to like lock stuff in at specific prices. So yeah, at -115 on DraftKings, I love that. I love that so much. All right. Oh, and yeah, we do need a turkey emote. That would be awesome. We need like a, you know what we need? We need a turkey emote and a catapult emote. So we're gonna toss the turkeys. If there was a way to combine that into one emote, that would be really cool too. It's like a turkey sitting in a catapult. The gears are spinning in my head. There's so much cool stuff you can do with Twitch emotes. I love Twitch. Does anybody here? I'm just curious, just in general. I'm sure that there are people here. I know that there's people here. But people who use are consumers of Twitch for like video game stuff, not or like other non-gambling related stuff. If so, show me your favorite emotes from other people that you follow or that you subscribe to. I'm curious. And yeah, 1K Glow, I know you are, because we have other streamers in common that we watch. Also, how's it going? Hope you're having a great morning. All right. Yeah, let me see the emotes that are not sports betting related. All right. Let's hop in to category number 3.
Pitching duel.
Now, key to being a big league pitcher is the 3 R's. Readiness, recuperation, and conditioning.
So category number 3 is the pitching duel, basically the opposite of the last category, batting practice, where we're going to take a look at a game with a good pitching matchup and a low total. So the game that we're going to be looking at in this game is the same game that we looked at yesterday in the David versus Goliath category. And that is the game that a lot of people seem to have lost some money on, the Pirates and the Rays. So poll is up in this game. Be sure to go vote. We're looking at like a -175 today for the Rays. Total sitting at 7. So pitching matchup here. We've got JT Brubaker on the mound for the Pirates. Corey Kluber on the mound for the Rays. So a bit of an interesting pitching matchup. Corey Kluber has been so up and down this year. It feels like a little bit of a hard guy to get a read for. And JT Brubaker, honestly, has been a little bit of the same. So I know over on the surgical stream, JT Brubaker has got to be one of the most polarizing pitchers, I would say, as far as people's opinion of him. But I'm a big JT Brubaker guy. I don't think he's a great pitcher. He's obviously not a great pitcher. But I think he's a pretty solid pitcher. He's a guy who'll go out there, rock a 4 to 4.5 ERA, eat up some innings, strike out a batter per inning, and that's a valuable player. But yeah, what's gonna happen in this game? I don't know. I like I always say, I decide the games before I handicap anything, and I was hating myself doing research, looking at this game. I mean, this game is gross. This is just a disgusting game. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the same play that I did yesterday, which is the under. I think that both of these pitchers have potential to come out and throw a gem, throw a pretty good game. Both offenses are pretty cold, especially the Rays. The Rays offense is quite cold. I think that they were lucky to score 3 runs against Mitch Keller yesterday. I mean, they had 3 singles that ended up with their 3 runs. There was like not even an extra base hit. It was like a single, and then a steal, and then another single, and then like another single, and like a wild pitch or something, and they got 3 runs off of it. So I don't think that the Rays deserved their win yesterday. I don't think that they deserved the number of runs that they got yesterday. And no, Wander Franco is not playing. This Rays team is so beat up right now. So lineups are out for this game. I'm just gonna post in the chat right now my go-to site for baseball lineups. But it's Taylor Walls, Josh Lau, Randy Arozarena, G-Man Choi, Vidal Brujan, Luke Raley, Isaac Paredes, Francisco Mejia, and Brett Phillips for the Rays today. That's the 1 through 9, and I mean Arozarena, pretty good. G-Man Choi against the righty, pretty good. But like, is there anybody else in that lineup who is scary? No, not at all. So again, it's a low total, and it feels a little awkward taking an under 7 when your pitchers are Corey Kluber and JT Brubaker. But that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the under in this game. And yeah, Brubaker case could be a look. I don't know what the number is. I don't know what the price is. I haven't looked at what the model says for it. But against this Rays team right now, Brubaker case, just blindly saying, is probably a good look. If that number is at like 4.5, is what I'm guessing. I'm gonna make a guess and say like 4.5 minus 120 for the over. Maybe like minus 130. That's something that, without having done any research, I would say is a pretty good look. So it's going to be the under for me. And chat, poll results are in. It was a close one. We were 1 vote away from having a 4-way tie. But luckily, we do have a winner. We have the Pirates at plus 1.5 as the poll winner with only 3 votes. Nobody really wanted to vote on this one. Only 9 votes in total. I don't blame you. This game sucks. Oh, Brubaker is at 5.5. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the 5.5. It's probably still a good look, although it's not like, ooh, I want to play that like I would have thought if it was at 4.5. So we had 3 votes on the Pirates, 2 votes a pop on the Rays, the over, and the under. So going to go get all of these locked in on BetStamp. Again, it's going to be the under for me. Best price for the under is at plus 105 over on BetRivers, by the way. And plus 1.5 on the Pirates for the chat. I got both of those tracked. Let me get them up on the screen as well. And so that's me. And then for chat. All right. And yeah, this is a game I'm not going to be touching today. This is purely a lean, purely just Got to talk about some games. I am likely not going to have any money on this. Gooey. Is that how you say your name? There's like so many vowels in a row. I don't know how to pronounce that. But first time chat. Welcome to the stream. It says, what about Kluber case? So I haven't looked at player props really at all today. What is Kluber's number at? And also, I think it's a little bit hard to handicap what the Pirates are going to do K-wise, just because they've got so many fresh faces in the lineup. I mean, you've got like O'Neal Cruz and Bly Madras, who have both been called up in the last week. I mean, Madras has played 4 games. Cruz has played 5 games. So we don't really have a big sample size as far as how they're going to K against Major League pitching, although I do think that both of them probably on the high end. I mean, Cruz has always been a bit of an aggressive hitter in the minor leagues. Got great power, but definitely a little bit of a swing and miss tendency. Madras, I have absolutely no idea how he's going to do in the long run in the majors. I mean, not a highly regarded prospect by any means. So I would guess maybe that the hit tool is or the contact tool, I should say, is maybe good for him. So I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on Kluber, but I'm curious if chat has any thoughts. Also, I can go look at the model and see what I have Kluber at. Yeah, I have Kluber over 5.5. I don't know if I'm actually going to want to bet that, though. There's a lot of uncertainty in that number just because of the guys on the Pirates who the model doesn't know enough about to handicap on them at all. All right. Yeah, a lot of interesting K props just in general today. I'm sure. I haven't looked, but a lot of good pitchers. A lot of good pitchers going, and a lot of like the second tier starters who are going are guys who like on their best day look great. So let's hop in now to category number 4.
Field streakers.
Fire up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire. As cold as ice.
So category number 4 is field streakers, taking a look at a team that is on a long winning streak or a long losing streak. Like we talked about a little bit in the David versus Goliath category, we talked about the Reds in this category yesterday. And the field streakers curse continued, and their streak ended. So to all of the Boston Red Sox fans in the chat, I'm sorry. The curse is on, because we're talking about the Red Sox and their league-leading 5-game winning streak. So they're on the road in Cleveland. And despite being on a 5-game winning streak, they are sitting at plus 140 underdogs in this game. Guardians at minus 160. Total in this game, 8.5. And I think that the reason why we're seeing such a discrepancy between the way that the Red Sox are playing right now and the way that the line is set is the pitching matchup. We got Shane Bieber on the mound for the Guardians. Don't need to say anything about him. Dude is a stud. Josh Winkowski on the mound for the Red Sox. Rookie starter, 24 years old, making his 4th career start today. He's been a little up and down. Got a 3.68 ERA, 1.5 WHIP through those 3 starts. Made a start against Baltimore, where he went 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, gave up 4 runs. Started against Oakland, where he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, and didn't allow a run. And a start against Detroit, where he went 6.2 innings, gave up 7 hits, and allowed 2 runs. So with Winkowski, what I think is concerning is 2 things. 3 things. 1, he's played 3 shit teams. He's played Baltimore, he's played Oakland, he's played Detroit. And those last 2 especially, Definitely the two worst offenses in the big leagues right now. Number 2, he's not striking anybody out. He's in those last 2 starts against Oakland and against Detroit. Again, the 2 worst offenses in all of Major League Baseball right now. 11.2 innings pitched, 5 Ks. Not striking anybody out. Giving up a lot of contact. And that's against this Guardians team that is one of the best, if not the best teams in the bigs at putting the bat on the ball. That's concerning. And number 3 is what Gooey just said in the chat. This is the first game that Winkowski has started on the road. Each of those first 3 starts for Winkowski came in Fenway. He is on the road in Cleveland today. I don't know how much of an impact that's going to make. I mean, obviously you start on the road all the time, just as a sports athlete at any level. But still, it is his first career road start after the first 3 coming at home. So this game is another tough one. I like the Guardians to win this game. I don't know if I want to lay a -160. I also don't know if I want to lay a -1.5, even though it's plus money for them. Also, team totals maybe a little high for my liking. So the first 5 team total is at 2.5, like plus 100, plus 110-ish for the over. Full game, we're looking at a 4.5, and neither of those are really model supported. I mean, I guess the first 5 is model supported. Full game team total is like a 4.5 minus 105 minus 110 is like the correct price for that, in my opinion. So as ugly as it is, I'm just gonna lay the juice and take the Guardians money line here. Again, I don't want to take a home team run line. I'm just gonna go out and trust Bieber, and I'm gonna trust the Guardians bats to have a good day against Winkowski, and not have to worry about like needing a second run down the stretch or anything like that. Just give me the Guardians money line at -160. I think this is a spot where I'm happy to just pay the -160 and not have to deal with any bullshit. So there's that. Poll results are in for the chat. And you guys are on the opposite side, although it is a run line, so we can both win this. You are on the Red Sox, plus 1.5 at -145. That got 5 votes. The over got 3 votes. The Guardians run line got 1 vote, and the under got 1 vote. What about, so Gooey asks about Jose Ramirez, 1.5 total bases. Again, I haven't really looked at props today, but Jose Ramirez total bases is always kind of feels like a good look, especially against a guy like Winkowski, where Ramirez is going to get ball in play. And the other thing that's potentially good, again, small sample sizes for Winkowski, but he's not really walking a lot of guys. Averaging less than 2 walks a start in those 3 starts that he's made. So walks are like the killer of total base props and hit props and stuff like that. So I don't hate it. Let me look and see what I have in that model-wise. Yeah. I think the Jose Ramirez total bases looks pretty good. I have him at like 1.2 hits. Not a ton of power projection today for Ramirez from me. But I just think the fact that we should be expecting to see a lot of contact from him, a lot of balls in play. I think it's again, blindly haven't researched it a whole lot. I think it's a pretty solid look. So let me lock in Red Sox plus 1.5 at -145 for the chat, and the Guardians money line for myself, hoping to middle the books. It would have been cool if Will Middlebrooks still played for Boston, because then we could have rooted for Middlebrooks for a middle on the books. But but that pun is no longer in existence. Still had to say it, though. All right. So let's hop in to category number 5, which is the walk-off. And as always, what I need from you guys is your favorite bets of the day. So I'm going to take 5 of them that I see, throw them into a poll, and you're going to vote for your favorite play of the day. And what I need is exactly what Hef just gave me. I need the bet, and I need the price. Is it a minus 100? Is it a plus 250? Is it a minus 90,000? Donkey cock lock of the century. Whatever it is, let me know what it is. Put it in the chat.
The walk-off.
The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a drive to deep right. Away back. Gone.
And let's see what we've got. So Hef, first time chat. Thanks for checking out the stream. Appreciate it. Likes the Diamondbacks today at home against Alex Fado. The best pitcher name to bet against. You gotta fade Fado. At minus 145. We've got Padres Phillies over 7.5 at minus 110 from B-Germ. Let's see. What else we got? Big Pumpernickel said chat on 4 run lines. Yeah. At least there's like 2 plus 1.5. It's not just like 4 minus 1.5 from the chat. That would be something. Chat doesn't like to vote on totals all that much. And Underfade said, yeah, Goldschmidt got me yesterday with the walks for sure. I mean, yeah, the Hendricks was like good yesterday. Props to him. I bet against him and I lost. That's the way she goes. In hindsight, maybe not the best bet, but that's the way this goes. So Marty got the White Sox minus 110. Oh, minus 1.5. At minus 110. J Hall can fly, likes the Braves. Minus 1.5 at plus 134. Prosper. That's an interesting prop. Cleveland is that like Cleveland more hits than Boston at minus 125? And like what's the rule if that pushes? Is that a you lose if it ties? Is it like a Cleveland minus 0.5? Or is it like does it push if it ties? I'm curious. I'm not going to put that in the poll because I don't think that that's something that a lot of people have access to. But that's definitely an interesting prop. And let's see. Last one I'll put up is Aong with the St. Louis Cardinals. Minus 1.5 at plus 100. Running it back against the Cubs. So there we go. Okay, put you lose. Got it. That's an interesting bet. So poll is up. Be sure to vote on your favorite play of the day. Apologies if your play did not make it into the poll. I'm sure it's going to hit. So my play that I like today is actually a similar one to one of the ones that is in the poll. It is not exactly the same bet, but it is in the same game, in the same vein. I'm taking a first 5 over in the game between the Padres and the Phillies. So that number right now is sitting at, you can either get a 4 at minus 120, or you can get a 4.5 all the way up to plus 122 over on FanDuel. And I think I'm going to take the 4.5 at plus 122, taking the over here. So you got 2 pitchers on the mound in this game that I think are shoo-ins to give up a couple runs. You got Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres, who has been consistently mediocre this year. He's made 6 starts on the season. He's been walking like 2, 3, 4 batters every start, at least 2 walks in every single start, giving up multiple runs in every single start, giving up a ton of hits. His K stuff is still there. but I think he's gonna give up 2. He's got upside to give up a lot more than 2. He is a lefty going against the Phillies, which is not the preferred handedness matchup from the Phillies. They do have a lot of good lefty bats in that lineup, but I think Snell, just the way that he's going to try and nibble around the plate, or the way that he's just gonna not have control over some of his pitches, I think it's going to be neutralized a little bit. Snell has pitched against the Phillies already this year, went less than 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. So I think the Phillies are good for some runs. And it's the same deal the other way. You've got Zach Eflin on the mound for the Phillies, who's been a little bit more up and down, shall we say, than Snell. He's not like very consistently giving up 2, 3, 4 runs. But he's got a lot of blow-up potential. And against this Padres team that is hitting pretty well right now, against right-handed bats with so many lefties in the lineup, I think it's a good matchup for the Padres today against Eflin. And the other thing that I think is important in this game is Eflin's home and away splits. This is something that he's exhibited pretty consistently throughout his entire career. It's been even more extreme this year than it's been in the past. But he struggles mightily on the road. And this game is in San Diego. So Eflin, over the last 3 years, more than a season's worth of innings in total. 2.71 ERA at home, 5.98 ERA on the road. And every individual season in that time span, he's been like at least 2 runs better at home than on the road. So I think that Eflin on the road today, plus Blake Snell being Blake Snell, we're going to see both of these teams score multiple runs in the first 5 against these starters. So give me the first 5 over. I like both team total overs individually. And when I do like that, that's what I'm going to take, the just regular old first 5 over, locking that in for myself at plus 122 over on FanDuel. Chat poll results are in. And let's see what we got. So it is the Braves for the chat. Continuing the run line theme. Braves minus 1.5 at plus 134 for the chat. That is a pricey, like plus money pricey, walk-off play for the chat. That's unusual. Usually don't see that. Usually don't see that from the chat. I like it though. Gonna root for the Braves today. They've got that's against the Dodgers, right? Yeah. Max Fried on the mound. I don't hate that play. Let's see. So San Diego, Philly, over. Bam, there we go. All right. So that wraps up the regularly scheduled portion of the stream. I'm happy to stick around and just chat, answer some questions if anybody has anything that you want to talk about. What's up, Jack? Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all's well. How's the UFC card looking? I think there's a pretty big, well, yeah, there's a UFC fight card tonight, right? I'm pretty sure there is. Khabib's cousin is fighting. There's got to be. Who needs to be in this lineup for this to be a for sure play? What game are you talking about? Are you talking about the Padres-Phillies game? Because that's something I'm going to be firing up for sure, regardless of what the lineups look like. I don't think that there's anybody who can really be in and out of the lineup that's going to impact my decision. I mean, I think even if somebody like Bryce Harper sits for the Phillies, I don't think that that's a huge deal. I don't think that that's going to change my opinion, and I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. What does the model think about Alex Fado over 3.5 Ks? So I don't want to give a K projection for Fado, just because his innings have been a little up, a little down. Model might be overestimating how many innings he's going to pitch just slightly. Model has him, I guess, at like 4.1 strikeouts, but is also probably overestimating the innings that he's going to pitch. So, what exactly that means, I don't know. Not a spot that I would want to refer to the model for any kind of handicapping. No way the Dodgers win today at plus money. I mean, you never know. It would be a very Dodgers thing to be made underdogs and then win. I do think that the model has the Braves winning that game. Maybe the value is on the Dodgers there. Dodgers have been so up and down recently. I think Mookie Betts out of the lineup is really a big loss for them. So I'd like to see the lineup that the Dodgers put out today, especially against a lefty in Max Fried, because I think a lot of the Dodgers' best bats are left-handed hitters. So it's going to be a question of are they going to play a lot of lefties who are going to have maybe bad platoon splits against Fried, who is an excellent pitcher, as everybody knows, or are they going to try and squeeze some extra righties into the lineup, which might also impact the quality. So I want to hold off on saying that. Although I will say the Dodgers at such a big underdog price, like plus 130. I know chat like the Braves run line, but man, Dodgers at plus 130. You never get that. What about the over in the Marlins game? Trevor is a certified turkey tosser. Yeah, Trevor Rogers has been bad this year. He's got to be one of the most disappointing pitchers in all of baseball this year. He was so good last year as a rookie. So good. But this year, he just doesn't have it. He's been bad. So yeah, that total is sitting at what, 7.5 right now? I would probably say that the over is the play there. Yeah, Rogers is, we know he's got good stuff. There's something missing right now. But so he's probably going to give up some runs. And Chris Bassett has also been a little inconsistent recently. He had that one absolute gem against the Brewers 2 starts ago. But he's been pretty up and down this season. It feels like Bassett either has like a great start or a mediocre to bad start. He never has like a good but not great start. So I think the way to approach that game kind of also comes down to how you're going to handicap Bassett. Like, where is he going to end up? And the Marlins have actually been hitting right-handed pitching pretty well. So over the last month, the Marlins rank 8th in all of baseball in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. So if you think that the Marlins are also gonna hit Bassett a little bit, I think that the over is the play. If you're more handicapping only on Rogers having a bad start, maybe look for a Mets money line or a Mets team total or a Mets first 5 team total. I was looking at that game. There was nothing that instantly stood out to me as like, oh, this is something I have to bet. But there's definitely potentially some stuff to exploit there. What about the Jays? Yeah, what about the Jays? No. I don't like the Jays today at all. I think Corbin Burns is going to go have a good game. What I think is interesting is so somebody earlier, I forget who it was, but they gave a good stat that said that the Jays have gone over, I think 17 out of 22 times this month. And despite that, chat actually voted for the first 5 under in that Blue Jays Brewers game yesterday as their walk-off play. So I definitely like Corbin Burns to go out and have a good game. Although at the same time, the Blue Jays are kind of in the same situation as the Dodgers are today, where they're just such a good team that seeing them in like the minus or in like the plus 150 range on the money line for the Jays, like almost feels like it has to be at least in consideration. But I can't bet against Corbin Burnes. Model likes Corbin Burnes to have a great day today. So I do like the Brewers. And Kikuchi's a turkey tosser. That is for damn sure. Gordo, first time chat, says Mariners money line. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for checking it out. I think that the Mariners as a plus money player are actually a pretty decent value spot. I was looking at that. I haven't fired anything up yet. I do want to see lineups for sure in that game. But I'm a big Logan Gilbert fan. Logan Gilbert, one of my favorite pitchers in all of Major League Baseball at this point, I would say. So I think he's going to have a good game. The thing that worries me with the Mariners is against lefties, they've been not so great, and Patrick Sandoval is a really, really good pitcher. I feel like he's one of the more underrated pitchers in all of baseball. So maybe an under is the way to go instead of a Mariners money line if you're kind of handicapping on Gilbert having a good game. But I don't think you can go wrong taking that money line either, especially at like, what is it, plus 130-ish? I can go look. Plus 125 best price for the Mariners right now. So yeah, if I'm taking a money line, I would definitely lean Mariners, but I probably like the under a little bit better. Let's see. What else we got? Taco Time says, can the Pirates get to Kluber and cover that first 5 team total? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. If I were to be taking one team over in that game, it would be the Pirates. I have zero faith in the Rays lineup to do much of anything. So, yeah, I don't hate the play. I do have the under as my lean in that game, and I'm probably, well, no, I think I said I'm not going to put money on that. But yeah, I do like the under here, although it's probably more because of the Rays bats than the Pirates bats. So I don't hate that. Definitely not going to have money on it though. Any nerfies? No, not for me. Gooey says, just curious, was the model hard to create? Yes, it was. Model's very hard to create. But at the same time, that's like, it's what I'm good at. Doing shit like that. I think you posted for the first time in stream earlier. So like my background is in statistics and sports analytics. Just like on the more academic side. Like I have a graduate degree in statistics and have like published papers in sports analytics journals. So I'm good at the whole modeling process. But yeah, at the same time, very hard. Somebody asked about trades. Montas and Castillo. Montas is gone for sure. Castillo probably gone, but not 100%. Trent Cian says, anything in the Astros-Yankees game? Want to stay away from it, but curious. Yeah, probably a stay away spot. So what might be sneaky? Again, and like I am not going to be betting this. But potentially first 5 team total overs for those games. 1.5 plus money. I know it's great arms, but not. But excellent bets. George, thank you for the kind remarks. Appreciate that very much. Your model sucks last week. Yeah, it had 2 bad games on the Braves versus Cubs. Absolutely it did. But there's how many games in a Major League Baseball season? you're gonna be wrong a lot. You just got to be right more than you're wrong. All right. Z-Hack said best underdogs to win today. I think that a couple potentially good looks. The Dodgers. The Dodgers is a good underdog look today. I know that, again, that the chat liked the Braves. And I think that another good look is the Mariners. Like, who was it? Like Gordo said earlier. And no, the model was actually very wrong on those Braves Cubs games. That is completely true. But again, it's 2 games. It's not something that I'm personally worried about at all. Am I elite at blocking out the haters? I don't know. I feel like I'm not. But yeah. All right. Anybody else got anything that you want to talk about? So I mean, my approach is if there's like constructive negative feedback, I love that. I value that a lot. Any constructive criticism is something that I really actually enjoy getting. Any just kind of not nice negative remarks is I mean, like, obviously nobody likes that. So I just say thank you for the kind words is my go-to response. You just kill them with kindness. I think everybody just needs to put a smile on their face. And the world will be a better place. And thanks, Seth. Appreciate that. Happy you're making some coin. And yeah, Simpleton, you're completely right. There's a lot more variance in MLB than any other sport. It's a sport much more so than anything else where just like a couple plays will it really impact the outcome of a game. Yeah, and NFL is the hardest sport to bet on. Absolutely. I'm assuming you meant NFL, not NIL. But yeah, NFL is the hardest sport to bet on just because the lines are so fucking sharp. In the NFL, it's like impossible to find an edge pretty much anywhere. But yeah, MLB is 1, a ton of variance, and 2, it's such a grind. It is just a total grind. It's 15 games a day, every day, for months. Yeah, it sucks. But it's like fun sometimes too. When I say it sucks, it doesn't like actually suck, but it sucks sometimes. All right, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream. Gotta update some sims. Gotta get some bets in before these early games start. Although I can answer a couple more of these questions. Nothing more important than CLV in baseball. Yeah, I mean it's important in every sport, and baseball is weird. So I have mixed feelings about CLV in baseball compared to other sports because of the lineup differences. So I typically don't like to place bets until lineups are out, which just inherently means that I'm not getting the best CLV possible. Like I'm not placing bets the night before and getting ahead of line moves. But I also think that information is very valuable in its own way. So I'm happy in a lot of cases to give up 10 cents of value on the bet in exchange for information that I think might be worth more than that in terms of knowing exactly what's like the lineups are going to be in the game. But yeah, I mean, you can win both ways. There's not like a right way and a wrong way. And I think in order to do it the way that I do it, you really have to be able to properly leverage that information. And how are lines in NFL so sharp compared to other sports? Yeah, it's because of like exactly like Simpleton said, the size of the market. It's because there's like a week where everybody's betting on it, and the books they can get so much good information from sharp bettors over the course of that week that they can really, between what they're doing internally and between what all of the pros are doing, you get such a good idea of where the line is going to be, or what the line should be, I should say. It's just like a market wise, it's just a completely different sport from anything else. And yeah, Couch, you're totally right about NBA. I think the NBA is unbettable. I mean, it's not literally unbettable. There's people who make money betting the NBA, so it's clearly not unbettable. But it's so much fluke shit in the NBA. Just with like Kyrie Irving burned too much sage and is going to miss the next 3 weeks or something. I mean, yeah. Or like players deciding to take a night off and rest, but still be on the court. And even the playoffs this year were a little weird. Yeah, in the NBA, a lot of blowouts. So much money to have been made betting alt lines. In fact, I was really thinking about starting to bet alt lines in the playoffs, like in the finals, just taking both teams minus 9.5. It would have hit every game. It's 2 plus 200 to plus 500 plays, and one of them would have hit every single time. And yeah, with the NBA, there's definitely value to be had. I think my problem with it is more from the modeling perspective, trying to do something that's accurate to who's playing and the usage rates and the matchups and everything. And just the fact that the information isn't available until 5 minutes before the game starts. It's next to impossible to do anything at the same level of detail as other stuff that I do. But yeah, NBA is also like very easy in some other respects, as far as like like if these are the guys on the court, this is going to be the usage rates, and then you can find inefficiencies with looking at usage rates and efficiency and minutes. I mean, that's all it is. It's just getting projections for those things is tough. But yeah, could do a whole stream on just talking about fluke shit and NBA and the way that different sports markets work. It'll be an interesting discussion. But I'm gonna hop off. Thank you to everybody for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. It's especially nice to have such a good conversation when I'm here by myself. I think moving forward, by the way, the weekend streams are probably both gonna be just me by myself. I think Ben is fully in football mode. I don't think Ben's really following baseball right now, so I don't think he wants to come on the baseball streams. I don't think he thinks that he could enhance the discussion on the baseball streams. I'm not going to force him to come on or anything. And it's also hard to find guests who can commit to early mornings on Saturday and Sunday. It's not something I really want to be consistently asking of people. So yeah, probably going to be a lot of solo streams on the weekends. And yeah, you know what? I could do that. I was actually thinking about that. I'd want to figure out exactly how to do it, but like with the Saturday streams, could definitely incorporate some of the regulars from the chat. I think there's definitely a good way to do that. Just gotta figure out exactly what. Is it just like the same as all the other streams with 2 people and it's Glow or it's Jack or it's Scrunch up on the screen with us, or is it like cycling people in and out throughout the stream, or is it something else? I don't know. But yeah, there could be something there. We'll see. Maybe next week we'll try something. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Good luck with all the bets today. I will catch you all next time. Take it easy. Peace.